So welcome back, guys, to We Talk Boxing. So Sonny Edwards suffers his first professional defeat against Bam Bam Rodriguez. Now, this fight was a very, very good competitive fight between two good class operators. And up until the stoppage in the ninth round, I thought the fight could have kind of swung either way. Um, Obviously, from my personal point of view, Rodriguez looked quicker. Didn't really look too phased throughout the fight as the fight went on, but just looked at times as if he was kind of getting stronger. Whereas with Sonny Edwards, you could see that the eye was affecting him. But he's a soldier and he's a warrior, so you know what I mean. His mind was just fight, really. Like all he kind of knew was to just continue to fight, and that's what he did up until the stoppage. But prior to the stoppage, it was literally the end of the eighth round. He got put down. It was a brilliant shot by Rodriguez, caught him flush. He went down. It's probably about 10, 15, 20 seconds, give or take, left on the clock. And he obviously managed to get to his feet. Referee counted him, and then he was literally about to continue to fight before the bell pretty much ended for that round. And obviously the corner made that brilliant decision to stop the fight because the fight was pretty much only going to go one way from that point onwards because Rodriguez would have came out like a yeah, I mean, he would have probably came out like Usain Bolt in that round, and probably would have stuck it to Edwards a lot more. And because of that eye injury as well, if Edwards would have potentially, let's say, tried to mix it with him, he could have probably got hurt even more and maybe made that eye injury a lot worse than what it is. So yeah, right decision from my point of view from the corner. And it was, as I said, it was a good competitive fight and one that I didn't feel as if would have been excited if you know what I mean, because I don't really like to watch too much of these lightweights because there's not as much excitement. But that's just my personal point of view. As I said, I will watch out for both of these guys next fight because um, yeah, they're both entertaining. Where Rodriguez goes from here, he obviously now has two of the four belts in the division, so he's pretty much the man in the flyweight bantamweight division. Not bantamweight, flyweight division. So let's see what he does. I'm guessing he might want to try and unify all the titles. I don't really know too much about the other guys in the division, but he might try and let's say take on the WBA and then maybe the WBC, or it depends which fight makes the most sense or the most money's on the table really. But yeah, hats off to him. Brilliant fight from him. Brilliant performance. Sonny Edwards, on the other hand, he's obviously going to need a little bit of a rest up from this fight. He took a lot of damage. That eye needs healing up. But now that he's fought at this very high competitive level, from my point of view, there's no going backwards. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at other people, other British fighters, let me just throw a few names like Anthony Yard, for example, or Lyndon Arthur. Yeah, I mean, they're the two guys that come straight to my head at this point of view. They've obviously fought at that high level and then dropped down to lesser opponents and lesser opposition. Whereas I feel as if Edwards, once he's fully healed, rather than go and fight someone who's let's say 20th or whatever in the world, try and take on someone in that top 15. And I mean, if let's say there's another opportunity to become a world champion, maybe taking on, let's say, the WBA champion, for example, whoever that is, why not go for it? Or let's say have a good British domestic fight against someone. Let's say if you could get him into the ring versus Galal Yafai, that would be a brilliant fight, and both guys would make a lot of money in that fight as well. But yeah, very good fight. I'm quite happy that I did watch this fight. Quite late with the video as well, but obviously had quite a busy weekend. So It's one of them. Obviously, you guys can let me know your thoughts in regards to this fight. How did you see this fight? Was it entertaining to you? Do you feel as if the stoppage was the right thing at that point, in that moment in time? And who would you like both guys to go up against next? Would you like Rodriguez to try and, let's say, try and unify all the belts? You know what I mean? And Edwards, would you like him to take on a lesser opposition or someone within that top 15, you know what I mean, to try and continue to gain that experience and improve your resume as well? As always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please subscribe and comment as well. Bless.